Hey, Mom. I think I'm finally going to be able to leave the hospital this weekend. I'm really happy that I'm finally going to be able to come home. You didn't come to visit me at the hospital for a while now. Did something happen? Also, I'm planning to come back and live with you guys for a while. Is that okay? It looks like my marriage is going to be postponed a little longer.
I actually have something to talk to you about that. I think that you should let Mary get married to Keith instead of you.
Wait, what did you just say? Why should I give away my fiance to my little sister? What you just said makes no sense at all.
I just think that it would be better for everyone involved. I really don't think Keith wants to get married to you anymore. He's just too nice of a person to really say it out loud.
What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it to you? I think that you already know why he wouldn't want to get married to you anymore.
You're talking about my prosthetic leg, right? I had to get this because of the traffic accident I got involved in. You should know that I'm having the hardest time trying to accept this reality. Still, I don't think that Keith is going to mind me having a prosthetic leg. He's been really busy with work, but he's come to visit me at least 3 times a week. I've also worked very hard to be able to walk by myself again. There should be no problem with me living a normal life and getting married to Keith.
Are you seriously planning to be a nuisance to someone forever?
What? I am not planning to be a nuisance to anyone.
Nobody is going to want to have to get married to someone like you with a prosthetic leg. You're going to be a huge nuisance to Keith if you really get married to him.
I don't think that's true at all. We're planning to get married to each other because we really love each other.
Do you really think that Keith still loves you?
Why do you have to say this to me? Aren't you supposed to be my mom? You should be supportive of me.
Why should I be supportive of you? You're causing me so much trouble now that you have a prosthetic leg. You're being a huge nuisance to us. If Keith is a normal person, he probably thinks exactly the same way as I do.
Wait, what? So you think that I'm a huge nuisance now?
Why are you asking me that? Of course, I think that you're a nuisance. You said that you were coming back to live with us, right? Make sure that you don't live with us for too long. I don't really want to have you around that much.
Oh my God! I'm so shocked to be hearing this from you.
Make sure that you try to find your own place to live as soon as possible, okay? I also think that you should give Keith to your little sister, Mary.
Why do you keep making that ridiculous suggestion? There's no way that's going to work. Did you think about Mary and Keith's feelings at all? They don't love each other. They barely even know each other.
Our family and Keith's family have been friends for a while now. I don't think that he minds getting married to Mary at all. I really like his family, so I was hoping that one of my daughters would get married to him. It really doesn't have to be you.
I can't believe you're saying something crazy like this.
It's not crazy at all. Even Mary and Keith are pretty happy with this decision.
So they know about this too? Mary and Keith are happy with this decision? Is that really true?
Yeah, they've actually agreed to this already. They've been going on dates with each other while you've been in the hospital. I guess all we need now is your approval. Then they can go ahead and start planning their marriage and wedding. I actually don't really think there's any need to get your approval.
Why do you say that?
Well, you no longer have a leg anymore. You're not really in a position to say your opinion anymore. I think that it's okay for us to make this decision without you.
I really don't understand anything that you're saying. Keith is my fiance. We promised to get married to each other. I am not just going to give him away to marry. I should still have an opinion in this. I may have lost a leg, but I'm still a human being. You're treating me like I'm an inanimate object right now.
Why are you getting so angry now? Why don't you talk to Keith about all this then?
I am trying to contact him about this. He's not replying to any of my text messages right now.
That's probably because he's with Mary in her room right now.
What did you just say? They're with each other? How could this be happening?
I've actually invited Keith over multiple times ever since you got into that traffic accident. I knew that you were no longer going to be a woman that someone could get married to. That's why I introduced him to Mary instead. They actually got along really well. He comes over to see Mary pretty often these days.
You're absolutely insane. There's seriously something wrong with you. I really can't believe that my own mom would do this to me. Did you not think about my feelings at all when doing this? Aren't I your daughter too?
I did used to think of you as my daughter. Currently, I think of you as a huge nuisance. I don't really see you as my daughter anymore. To be completely honest, I really don't want you to come back to live with us at all. Can you try to find somewhere else to go instead?
So now you're trying to kick me out? Do you not realize the situation I'm in right now? I'm on the brink of depression because I got into a huge accident and lost my leg. Now you've given my fiance to my little sister and you're kicking me out of the house on top of that?
I'm not kicking you out. That makes it sound like I'm doing something bad to you. I would be really grateful if you could choose to move out yourself. Then I won't have to force you out myself.
I totally understand what you think of me now. I'm definitely going to move out. I don't even want to see your face anymore. I never thought that my own mom would do this to me.
I've already gathered up all your belongings for you. You should be grateful for me.
So you were already planning to kick me out from the very start then?
Yeah, I'm very serious about this too.
Why do you treat me like I'm a huge nuisance? Aren't I your daughter?
It's because I don't like your appearance anymore. I don't see you as my daughter, and that's why I want you out of my house.
That's the reason why you're kicking me out?
Pretty much. I don't want to have a daughter that has a prosthetic leg. Your fiance Keith is going to get married to Mary instead. None of us want you around anymore. Please find somewhere else to live.
Are you really sure about this then?
Yeah, I'm sure. Hurry up and get out.
Okay, fine. I'll do as you say then. I don't want to live with rotten people like you either. I think I have somewhere where I can stay for a while. I'm never going to live with you ever again, guys.
Really? That's such a great thing to hear from you. I'm really glad. It feels like a massive weight has just been lifted off my shoulders.
You really are the worst kind of person. I don't ever want to talk to you or see you ever again. Don't you dare ask me for anything ever again. I'm going to cut ties with all of you.
Why would I ask you for anything? You have a prosthetic leg. You're basically worthless. You better not contact any of us for help either. Mary and Keith are going to get married, and we are all going to live a happy life together.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I don't want to talk to you any longer than I have to. Goodbye forever.
Hello, Katie. How are you doing these days? I hope that you've been well. I've been really worried about you, by the way.
Wait, what? Mom? Is it really you? What do you want from me all of a sudden?
It's been a couple of years since we last talked. You didn't contact me a single time. Have you been okay? We've all been really worried about you.
What the hell are you talking about? I know that you don't really mean that. Do you not remember what you did to me 3 years ago? You kicked me out of the house after I had to get a prosthetic leg. I still haven't forgotten about that at all. Don't tell me that you've forgotten about that.
I actually kind of regret treating you like that. I admit that I was in the wrong. How about we try to get along from now on? We are family after all. You can come back to live with us if you would like. I know that living with a prosthetic leg must be very difficult. I'm sure that I can help you out in your everyday life.
Help me out? There's absolutely no need for that. I'm doing perfectly fine without you. I got this prosthetic leg so that I could be independent. I can pretty much live a completely normal life now that I'm used to it. It is a little difficult to clean and maintain, but I'm having no trouble getting by. I really don't understand why you had to treat me like such a huge nuisance back then.
You're still able to get financial support from the government, right? You are disabled after all. I'm guessing that you've managed to save up some money even though you're not working.
What are you talking about? I'm working a full-time job right now.
You're working a full-time job? I thought that you were disabled.
I'm still able to work normally. I did quit my last job, but that was because I received a better offer from another company. I didn't quit because of my leg.
I had no idea about that. So you're telling me that you're working a regular job right now?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm working for a famous company that pretty much everyone knows.
How did someone like you manage to get such a good job?
You probably should have listened to what I was saying 3 years ago. I got into that traffic accident because I tried to save a family. The father of that family was actually the CEO of a very famous company.
What are you talking about? You're just making this up, right?
I'm not making anything up at all. This is all true. The family that I saved actually paid me a very large amount of money as a reward to me. They also offered me a job at their company.
I really had no idea about that. So that means you received a large reward and you're working at a famous company right now?
Yeah, pretty much. I actually tried to reject the reward money they wanted to give me, but they really insisted that I take it.
I can't believe that you didn't tell me about any of this. Why did you keep this a secret from me? I wouldn't have had to kick you out 3 years ago if I had known about this.
So you're telling me that you would have let me live with you because I had a lot of money? Even though you were trying to let Mary and my ex-fiance Keith get married to each other? You really are a terrible human being. That would mean you were just after my money.
I'm really sorry about all of that. I do feel bad about doing that to you. I think this is a great opportunity for us to fix our relationship. Let's become a family again.
No, thank you. I told you that. I never want to see or talk to you ever again. What's the real reason you decided to contact me? I know that you need something from me.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you to tell me the real reason why you contacted me. It kind of sounds like you're contacting me because you need some money.
I was just worried about you. I wanted to know if you were doing well. That's the reason why I contacted you.
I know that's a lie. Now tell me the real reason.
I guess I'll just tell you the truth then. Mary and Keith really got married a few years ago. Unfortunately, they're currently in a massive amount of debt.
That's something that I didn't expect to hear.
Both of them still live with us, and it's becoming really stressful. They're in debt to various different people and banks. Those people knock on our door pretty often these days asking us to pay back the money the two of them owe. Even I've been helping them pay back the money, but the debt never ends. I was hoping that you could help us out with the money that you've saved up. Would you please consider helping us out?
I am definitely not going to be helping you guys out.
Why not? We're family, right?
Have you forgotten that you abandoned me 3 years ago when I was really struggling with life? I still haven't forgotten about that at all. I have no intention of ever forgiving you for what you did to me. You completely changed your attitude towards me as soon as I got a prosthetic leg. I still remember all those horrible words you said to me 3 years ago. Did you really think that I would want to help out someone that treated me so badly?
Please don't be like this. I thought that I told you that I was sorry about what I did to you 3 years ago. I really regret what I said and did to you. Please let me talk with you face to face about this. We're family, right? I think that we can figure out a solution if we talk in person.
I don't see any of you as my family anymore. I thought I told you that I was going to cut ties with all of you. You guys are complete strangers to me now.
Don't say that. We really need your help so desperately. I never would have contacted you if I had another solution to this. Mary and Keith have over 75,000 in debt still. They're both very important people to you, right?
Neither of them are important to me anymore. That was all in the past. Mary is my evil little sister that stole my fiancé from me. Keith is a piece of trash that betrayed me and cheated on me with my little sister. There's no way I would want to help either of them out. I'm actually kind of happy that they seem to be struggling so much. They totally deserve it. You just put me in such a great mood, actually. Thanks for telling me about this.
What's happened to you? You were never this kind of person. You used to be a really nice and caring person.
That was until you betrayed me and abandoned me. I don't see any of you as my family anymore. I have absolutely no obligation to help any of you out. I also can't believe that they managed to make a debt that big. There must be something seriously wrong with them.
You shouldn't be saying that we're not your own family. We're the only family that you have right now. You need to realize how important we are to you.
Actually, I have my own family already. I really don't need you guys. I didn't tell you about it, but I actually got married last year.
Wait, what? You got married? Who is your husband?
I got married to the son of the CEO of the company I currently work for. My husband is the vice president of the company.
What? How on earth did you manage to meet someone like that?
I thought that I told you about this already. Didn't I tell you that I saved an entire family when I got into that traffic accident? My current husband is one of the people that I saved. I was actually invited over to his family's house very often ever since the traffic accident happened. We started to see each other more and more until we decided to start dating each other.
How could that even happen? I seriously doubt that any man would want to marry a woman with a prosthetic leg.
Now you're finally starting to show your true self. You haven't changed at all, Mom. That's how you really feel about me, right? I know that you still look down on me for having this leg. You are going to pretend that you had changed your attitude towards me so that I would give you guys some of my money. I'm not dumb enough to fall for a trick like that. I don't consider any of you as family ever since you kicked me out 3 years ago.
So you're just gonna abandon us?
Who was the one that abandoned me in the first place? I'm pretty sure it was you.
You just told me that you were married to the vice president of a famous company. Surely he would be able to save us from the situation we're in right now.
Why should he have to help any of you out? He knows about everything that you guys did to me 3 years ago. I told him absolutely everything. Did you really think he would want to help any of you after hearing what happened to me?
Please ask him to think about it. I'm pretty sure that Mary didn't have any bad intentions towards you.
Yeah, I know that. I know that you were the one that persuaded her to get married to Keith. I still find it unacceptable that she listened to you. Anyway, I'm tired of continuing to have this conversation. I don't want to keep remembering the hell that I went through 3 years ago. I'm going to block your number so that I don't have to keep being reminded by you.
You're going to block me? That means we're never going to be able to talk to each other ever again. Is that really what you want?
I actually thought that I had blocked you already. I guess I had forgotten to do that. I didn't have time to think about you because I was enjoying my life so much. My work life and love life have been really fulfilling ever since I cut you guys out of my life. I think I'm going to make sure that you guys don't come back into my life at all.
Please don't abandon us. I'm begging you for help. I just want you to help us out this time. I promise I'll leave you alone after this. We just don't have any way of paying back $75,000 right now. Keith's father's company went bankrupt a few years ago, so they can't help us out either. You're the only one that is able to save us. Are you really not going to help us out when we're in this much trouble?
Who was the one that abandoned me when I was at the lowest point in my life? Who was the one that looked down on me and insulted me when I had just got into a huge traffic accident? It was all my own mom.
That all happened such a long time ago. All of us make some mistakes from time to time. I really think that it's time for you to forget about the past and move on. I'm currently struggling with my life. It's probably one of the worst periods of my life. Please help me do something about it.
You really are so selfish, aren't you? You only talk to me nicely when you're in need of help. How about you stop depending on your daughter that has a prosthetic leg and figure out a solution yourself? Do you not remember what we said to each other 3 years ago? We said that we would never ask each other for help ever again. I don't know why you're breaking that promise right now. You should at least try to keep the promises that you made. Well, I'm going to be blocking you now. I hope that you guys all enjoy the rest of your miserable lives. This is the last time we ever talk. Goodbye forever. Katie had been kicked out of her house by her mom, Letha, after getting into a traffic accident. Katie was kicked out of the house because Letha didn't Like the fact that Katie had to get a prosthetic leg, Letha decided that Katie's fiancé, Keith, should marry her little sister Mary instead. Keith and Mary ended up getting married, and Katie was completely abandoned by her entire family. Keith and Mary's marriage wasn't very successful, and they ended up going into debt. They owed around $75,000. Letha was still living with the two of them, and they were all suddenly in a very bad financial situation. On the other hand, Katie was doing really well in life. She had gotten into that traffic accident to save the life of an entire family. The father of the family she saved was actually the CEO of a very famous company. Katie got along very well with the family and ended up getting married to the son of the CEO. Letha heard that Katie had found great success in her life and decided to ask her for some help. However, Katie had absolutely no intention of helping her out at all. She blocked her immediately. Katie was fortunate enough to have a child with her husband, and she is currently living a very happy life with her new family. On the other hand, Letha had to sell her house so that she could help Keith and Mary pay back the money they owed. The three of them are currently living together in a rusty old apartment on the outskirts of the city. They are all deeply regretting the decisions that they made in life.